The Sea to Sky School District is located in the communities of Squamish, Whistler, and Pemberton on the unceded territories of the Squamish Ohomeo and the Statliam Nations. Across the Sea to Sky School District, there's really a diversity of food literacy programs rooted in those local communities and local partnerships and really rooted in place. Food literacy is important for so many different reasons. It ties together so many things. When we look at healthy eating and how to develop healthy habits in students, the way they do that is by engaging with their food system, having them actually understand where their food comes from and understand their role within the food system, as well as seeing the different career opportunities. Supporting teachers and schools along their journey with food literacy is so important. Some schools, might not have capacity to take on a huge program, so supporting them to integrate it in small ways, but then also really showcasing some of the amazing programs as models of what is possible when you bring people together. One of the projects that we have is the Squamish School Farm. It's a really unique partnership with Squamish CAN, which is the Climate Action Network in the community, and it services both the high school needs along with the elementary.
So the way our students use the farm mostly is through the Farm Studies program. So that is a specialized district-approved course that gives students 4 credits to be here on the farm. It's part inside the classroom and part outside the classroom. We spend about 3 days out here on the farm each week, and the students get time to be hands-on in the soil, learning about the practices of how to harvest, how to be sustainable in our local systems, as well as our Indigenous plant garden, which my students actually helped to create.
The Farm Studies program is amazing, and it was an incredible opportunity for me to understand the science behind farm studies, but also to get practical experience in the farm. We looked at soil and invasive species and did a bunch of laying the groundwork for the farm to be what it is today. Spending time in the farm actually made me more aware of the ingredients I was personally buying and my family was buying, and it made me more prone to shopping locally.
Our goal was to make this financially sustainable as much as possible, and we're thankful that as of 2024 we were able to do that. There's a lot of produce that's grown here on this 1/4 acre, and we sell it in a few different ways. We sell it directly to our customers and community members through a farm stand, as well as a weekly CSA. We were also able to distribute a CSA to families, those in need. We also sell our food to the Culinary Arts program that is run at Howe Sound Secondary, and it's a dual credit program. So they purchase from us and integrate it into the lunches that are available. And there's also a food and community leadership class, and they host a few different free lunch events in order to have all students eating together and having lunch.
So food literacy in a school district can look a lot of different ways. So it could be small learning activities that a teacher does with a class, or it could look like some really big community event that brings everyone together around traditional foodways.
Enchash Lakal Lilwa Urkan, Statliam Kan Uchamuch, Shamat Squachich Tanina Williams, and we're on the land of the Lilwa people at Signal Hill Elementary School. The Pit Cook event happens yearly. In the pit, we're cooking vegetables, and they're from our vegetable garden, and we'll also be cooking salmon by the fire later this morning. So my role at Signal Hill here is Indigenous support worker focused on culture and language. I actually came to Signal Hill in grade 4, and it didn't feel like a safe environment. The curriculum was taught based on the experience of a non-Indigenous person, and so it didn't match up to my world. Fishing and hunting and gathering food off the land just was not something that was talked about here. So now our goal is to create a space where we're talking about Lil'wat culture and living it. Can you guys say it's Oakwalt? Do you guys know what it's Oakwalt is? Fish, right? It's the word Oakwalt. I think hands-on learning experience is very important. I was one of those kids that could not learn in a classroom. Coming out and doing stuff on the land, learning about how the land around you works, and then applying it to what I'm learning in class made more sense to me.
Do you know what kind of food might be in here? Who's excited to eat some vegetables? Oh my goodness, I cannot wait. Who loves bannock? We do!
I think a day like today with the Pick Cook, it just brings so much opportunity for learning. We learn about Indigenous ways of knowing and being. We learn where our food comes from. We share and we gather, which just creates this incredibly beautiful energy and spirit and coming together of community.
I hope what the kids take away from this is that many people have put their hands in this work and that they feel the love from it. You know, we have parent volunteers show up at 2:30 in the morning. We have kids that move to the high school that want to come back because they feel so uplifted being here. So it's just really about bringing community together and lifting each other up.
You have been involved from seed to pick cook.
So today what we're going to do is we're going to do a salmon ceremony.
I think that support for these kinds of innovative programs really need to come from all levels. They're difficult and challenging because they involve so many different pieces, but that's also what makes them so beautiful. And so when you're able to have leadership who sees that, it just helps make that challenge all worthwhile.
For a number of years across the district, we've been supporting kids learning where our food comes from. For districts and district leadership where they may be wondering how they can get started, I would say to them, just start. You're going to make mistakes along the way, and that's part of the learning, that's part of the journey. I would say to ensure to include your local First Nation, include community. This is not work that we do individually, it's work we have to do together.
I think it's so exciting what's happening in BC. I think because BC is so varied, like what's happening in my district is really different than what's happening in other districts, and we get to learn from each other. It's really exciting to see all these programs kind of pushing each other to be better and to learn about engaging students and incorporating local food. I think we're really leading the way, and it's really cool to see the innovative models that are coming out of this.